Hey everyone, it's Adaptive Goddess, and today I'm going to be reviewing this cute little quaint park called Eagle Scout Park in Lake Forest Park, Washington. I wanted to start here because I thought this entrance was the coolest. It's actually an enclosed park. It was an Eagle Scout project for a Eagle Scout here in Washington. But yeah, it's so cute. It's all enclosed, and I thought this was the coolest thing because I've never actually seen this with parks before. So we're gonna go inside. So this is the park. You come in and you can close it behind you or you can leave it open, but there's some grass here that's really nice. There's a lot of really cool and interesting colors. You come in and there's a kind of a tree with a little bee forest. There's so many flowers. There are some bees, but as long as you don't bother them, they don't bother you. It's actually quite nice and a little secluded from other things. Sound-wise, there is two arteries or arterials that kind of converge here, so there is quite a bit of noise in terms of cars, but other times there's like nothing, so it's really quiet. There's a lot of chirping birds. So yeah, just really excited for this one. There's some like really cool explanations for things. So for hearing, I would rate this actually like a 4 or a 5. I'm leaning towards a 5 just because they have some really cool sound features that include an actual like xylophone, which is so cool. So take a listen. So they have not only a xylophone, but they also have another noisemaker on the actual play structure themselves. So it's this way. And it just makes like a gear grinding noise, which is really cool. And then also down here for like body awareness and balance, they have these cute little lily pads that you can walk on. And then they lead to a little climbing structure that's not like most climbing structures where it's like a rope or anything. It's very smooth, but the handles are really nice because you can go in and grab on it, and it's a little bit nicer to grab. The play structure I think is for like a 5-year-old. There's also a maze. So like for little kids, the upper region being a 5-year-old, there's also like a little maze that you can do with the things. And there's also some spinners that you can put your body into. So there's one over there and then there's one over here. That one's like a little cup that you can sit in. So for touch, I would say that this is a 5. This is actually quite a very nice park that has very different textures to it. I mean, this stuff is like, feels like real wood. This is really smooth. There's holes in this one. There's grass, there's different leaves that you can touch. There's a bunch of different sensory textures in here. And not just like a regular grass, but there's like ferns and there's like bushel grass, there's clover, which have a different feel. So yeah, there's so many different textures. For body awareness and balance, this is also definitely a 5. There's so many different play structures in here and so many different elements to this park that make it really nice. There's also a park across the street that's kind of related to this. It's called Animal Acres Park, and that actually is where you do a lot of like the eating and a lot of the like nature trail stuff is over there. So there's a way to transition from this park to that park. For taste, there's not a lot within like a 3-minute walk, but drive-wise, there is a huge complex called Third Place Books. They have an Albertsons. They have a Honey Bear Bakery. They have a food court in there that has so many different restaurants in it. There's also a grill. There's a like another cafe in there. And during the summer, there's also a farmer's market that happened right there on Sundays or Saturdays during the weekend. So yeah, food-wise, there's quite a bit of food. That's a very, very quick drive, like maybe 2 to 3 minutes, if that. That is so close and so quick. There's also a mod pizza in there, or there's a pizza that you can design yourself in there. There's also like a froyo place and coffee and a Starbucks. There's also a gas station over there. So there's a lot of stuff in terms of food that really it's like a great little facility to have just a variety of food. For sound wise, I'm actually going to rate this a 5, even though like I know it's on 2 arterials that have quite a bit of car traffic. The thing that I think puts this into a 5 is that it has a lot of these sound features in it, and overall it's pretty quiet where you can hear the birds even when there's cars going by. For smell, it's really nice. It smells of nature. There's a lot of flowers. The Animal Acre Park too also has a lot of flowers. I'm rating them kind of together because they feel like one big park, just split a little bit by a road. But they feel like the same. Parking wise, there's a bit of street parking, but there's more parking for the Animal Acre like along it. So that's why I'm kind of rating them together, is because they just feel like one park. This definitely is for like littler kids, but if your kid definitely needs a little bit more sound and an enclosed space, I mean, I could spend for hours at that xylophone just because it's so awesome. But then there's also a larger kind of naturey wooded path area for the older kids. Hey everyone, it's me again. So I'm also at the the second part of the Eagle Scout Park Animal Acres Park review. And so this is actually the Animal Acres part of the 2 parks that seem like they're one. So this one is more of like the eating. There's also quite a bit of nature trails. There's just some like really cool things in it. Like again, there's quite a bit of flowers. There's like a little pea patch that's really adorable. The drinking fountain is this little flower, which I think is so adorable. This is actually the drinking fountain, and it's so cute. There's quite a bit of like space. There's a covered picnic area. So if you go to like Albertsons or you go and buy the food, you can come and sit down and eat it here. There's quite a bit of just walking around nature trail here. That's really kind of nice. It unfortunately doesn't have a grill, but you can always like bring your own, or you can just get hot food and bring it here. The parking, most of the parking is actually at this park instead. We're gonna keep going. Sensory wise, this is less sensory than the playground, but they're all actually rated together because they feel more like one park. There's just a lot of grass here. The grass is super soft. The flowers also have like a different texture on them when you're like walking with them. They're a little bit more they're a little bit more of just like a bounce resistance than if you're just walking on grass. So I'm further down the path into the park a little bit more, and there's just a lot of seating to look at the brook that's down here. It shows you what actual creek it is. It's called McKeeler Creek. And it kind of shows you how it feeds into Lake Washington and kind of our watershed stuff, which is how our underground water and our surface water affect our lakes and oceans. And it's really cool to kind of look at and see like how it's all connected, especially if you're like me and you're really, really into water and like water conservation. But yeah, there's like a little lookout that's really cute, and there's a bunch of different benches to kind of sit and listen to the river or the brook. You can hear the creek very audibly, which is kind of cool. So comment down below, what park do you want me to do next, or what do you like about this park that I've shown? Have you been to this park? Anything like that. Thank you. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and gently tap that like button. And remember to be kind, compassionate, and true to you.